welcome back to Behind the Barn Doors. Now today I am joined with Farmer Colin and we are going to be going around the stock making sure everyone's happy, healthy, they've got lots of water and lots of food. So this time of year, as it's getting a lot more cold, it's getting icy, one really important part of stock check is obviously checking the welfare of the animals, but also making sure water supply hasn't frozen over, because that is kind of a common occurrence now as we come to this time of year, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, cold frosty mornings, water tanks can be frozen, the bore valves can be frozen in place. So yeah, we've got to take splash holes in there, make sure the water's running freely, so we get plenty of water.
So as you're going around all of the stock here on the farm, we always go around the outside of the field. Do you want to explain just to everyone why that is? Yeah,
so it's important when we're checking the sheep, we check every sheep. You know, occasionally the sheep will go and get shelter in the hedgerows. There can be the odd bramble or the odd bit of stick there that they'll get stuck in. So you've got to go right around the outside of the field, check all the sheep, they're not stuck, that they are just sheltering from the wind or the rain. And then you go just zigzag around the field, make sure every sheep is moving, is acting as it normally would. You know, what you're looking out for is any sheep that's acting in a different way to the others, different behaviour.
Yeah.
Just so they, you know, sheep are herd animals, so they will stick together. So if all the sheep run to one place and a couple stay or one stays, you know that you need to have a really close look at that sheep.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, Jacob crosses there. Your valet sheep here, one ram, one ewe.
So as part of our rotational grazing, we have got some sheep that we are moving to a new field so they get some fresh grass and things like that. So I'm currently stood in the road. My job is blocking the road so no cars come up here, and then the sheep are going to come down from this field and then just through the gate that is just behind the hedge there. So I will try and film as much as I can as we go. Here we are, so we can see the sheep are coming down now, so I'm just easing back so that they can gently go into the gate. I don't want to stand too close for them to be afraid and then kind of run in the wrong direction. These sheep are really, really nice and calm, so they're quite easy to move. They stay as a herd and they should come down to the gate. Perfect, just like that. There are our gorgeous, gorgeous sheep. So, yeah, some lovely looking sheep here, and there they go. And we've got some rams in there as well. And then most important, look at how happy they look in there with their fresh grass, absolutely loving life, and not bad views to go along with it.
Happy sheep with all the grass.
Okay, so as you just saw, we have moved those sheep from field 1 to field 2. I did mention in the clip I just did about how we are rotational grazing. Colin, why have we just done that?
Well, the sheep move more often this time of year because the grass is growing a lot slower. So if you look at this field here, it's not very green, and it's got the grass is still a little bit of length of grass, but there's not much goodness in it. So we've moved the sheep off this field. They've been here for 3 or 4 weeks now. Quite a big field, not many sheep in, and so we've moved it to the field. We used to move it along the road. Lots of lush grass in there, so that'll probably keep them for another 3 weeks. And as we go on into the winter, we try and keep fresh grass in front of the ewes, so that they've got plenty of goodness in the grass to eat. But at some stage we will have to give them supplementary feeding, where we feed the haylage, the silage that we made, or the hay that we made in the summer months that you saw in an earlier barn door.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's really, really important. There's so many different factors that we have to account for and check when we're going around the stock, just to make sure that they're all happy, healthy and loving life, especially in these colder months now.
Yeah, so sheep, you know, they are actually happier outdoors. If they've got plenty of food and water in front of them, a little bit of shelter from the natural hedgerows, then they are actually happier outside than they are actually in the barns.
Yeah.
You know, we will bring a lot of the sheep in to lamb, just so that we can look after the newborn lambs, but generally sheep will be happier outside as long as we've got enough water and food to keep them happy and fully nourished.
Okay guys, thanks so much for watching today's episode of Behind the Barn Doors. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed seeing Farmer Colin again. It's been a while. Stay tuned for next week's episode and we'll see you then. Bye!
Bye everybody!